180!
Phil, congratulations. An 11th PartyPoker.com World Grand Prix title, and ruthless, relentless, clinical were some of the words that we've seen on Twitter to describe it tonight.
Thank you, David. Thank you. I'm glad. I'm glad to win the final. Did feel a little bit for Dave tonight, you know, because he's a better player than that, and he didn't show his full potential. He will do. I mean, he's going to be back. I said to him, look, you know, he's gutted, obviously. And I said, you're going to be in more finals than I've ever been in, so you just keep doing what you're doing, Dave, and keep pushing forward now. Learn by it, and do everything right.
It was probably important for you to get on top of him early on. You did that in that first set, and he just went on a bit of a spiral then, I think.
Yeah. You've got to get on top of Dave. He's a Gary Anderson, he's an Adrian Lewis, he's a James Wade, you know. And these players are like that, you know. If they get in front of you, forget it. You're going to get beaten. So with Dave Chisnell, you know, we all know what he can score like. I think the double in sometimes can just affect his game a little bit, because he's a 180 thrower. So it just spoils that little throw for him, and he wasn't quite on song tonight. And I've been through. I was saying with Paul Nicholson, you know, scrape through, and then you push on. So felt for Dave, but I'm sure he's going to be back better next time.
Throughout the week, you said that every game was going to be like a final, and that's the way it proved. You progressed really nicely through the tournament. Yeah.
Some cracking games this week. You know, I've been sitting in my hotel watching the games. There's been some really good games. I know Michael, I thought, was going to push through again against Dave. You know, he was 2-0 down, come back to 2 each, and I'm thinking, oh dear, you know, you're gonna throw this, and he didn't. So, but great game, great format, really. It's a good level of this one is. You know, this brings everybody back down to earth.
You're just saying that you spent a bit of time away from the City West. You've been up to the Patriots pub where you've been practicing with the locals there, just to keep your form up for this tournament.
And you want to see them play as well. You want to go that pub. They win everything. And they are really, really good players, trust me. They're like top county players. So they practice there, you know, they all put the name up, they all mark the board, and they all play you. And they're beating you. I'm thinking, hold on a minute, I'm in a World Championships here, and I'm getting kicked here. And even there's a young lady named Robin, and she is absolutely brilliant. And they just keep going, you know, it's 140, turn. I mean, you've got 140s, 180s, just to beat her, you know. And that's unbelievable.
You could see that in your game tonight when Dave started to come back at you. The killer came back out. You took out that 164.
Yeah, the 164 was massive. And I thought, I'm looking at the 164 thinking, if you hit this, you're going to win the title. This is for £100,000. Taylor, do your job, you know, and that's what's going through your mind. You know, all right, the crowd are having a good time. It's a bit of a pantomime atmosphere, but at the end of the day, it's money in the bank and you know, looking after your family and doing your job, and that's what I did.
The World Match Play final was probably one of your best ever performances in a final where you averaged 110 throughout. This is another one where it's got to go down as one of your greatest games.
It's a great game, yeah. I think the World Match Play final was the best ever. You know, I played Mike Gregory once in a cracking final, Barney, Kevin Painter. I played a few lovely finals, but this, I think, against Adrian was the best ever.
We know how hard you work at your game. You must be very proud to have won the World Championship, the UK Open, the World Match Play, and now this year.
Not bad. Everybody ripped me off. Everybody said he's had it now. He won't never win anything again, and which is great, really, because that's like saying, you know, I can still win, I can still be there, I can still do my job, and it proves something to yourself. Not so much, you know, not so much for them, but it proves it to you because you do think about it. You know, you're thinking, will I ever win another title? Will I ever do this? You know, because the players are getting better. And you know, I played a young lad on Saturday morning. Missed a shot and bang, he's out. Brilliant.
Keegan Brown,
yeah. Brilliant.
For Dave, I mean, it's obviously it could be a big learning experience for him. This.
Yeah, and he's got to take it as a learning curve. You know, hopefully his manager Roger will get hold of him now and say, Dave, come on. You know, you've got £40,000 in your back pocket, which is more than my dad ever earned on all his working life. And push on, you know, don't take it as a negative, take it as a positive, you know. Okay, we've got beaten, which we all get beat, and push on. I got beat last Saturday, push on and forget it.
In a way, looking back to 1994 when you played Dennis Priestley in the first PDC World Championship final, you had a similar night and you've come back to do this.
I can't remember, 2004. Yeah. I remember, I do remember that because Mike Reed was there, and Jimmy, he was a comedian with him, and they were there. Taught me a lesson, you know, picked me 6-1.
And it could be the same for Dave.
could be the biggest lesson, the best lesson he's ever had. You know, it depends on Dave, what he's like as a person, really. You know, I was doing well, and then I got beaten, and then he's 5-0 up. You know, and I remember his family saying, beat him 6-0, and I thought, you know what, that's perfect. That's what you should be doing. And I took the next set, made it 6-1. So, but he was a tough cookie, was Dennis. But that's the attitude you've got to have. You know, you've got to be you've got to have that ruthless in you. And sometimes I think Dave is too nice of a person. Sometimes.
For you, you've got a couple of weeks now to prepare for the new event, the Masters. That's up in Edinburgh in a couple of weeks. It's the top 16, so whoever you play is going to be a tough one all the way through.
I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there and thereabouts. So I don't know what the format is yet, but it's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a tough one for every tournament now. It gets better and better and better. So.
Back up to Scotland as well. I know Robert and you know Peter and Gary, if they can get into it, they'll be big crowd favourites up there.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, Robert's great. I mean, I was expecting playing Robert in the second round this year, which I didn't. No, I wasn't expecting to get past Dave McCaven, you know, but I thought maybe if I win, I'll get Robert, but I didn't. So.
Onwards and upwards. Well done, Phil. Enjoy tonight.
Thank you.
Thanks.
One